Again, another spot in the ditch bank that through the development didn't end up shaped and elevated the way it should. So I now know we need to bring in some more dirt. Obviously, I'm at these points for a reason, not just driving by and I see it, because I suspected I was going to have to manufacture some more dirt to kind of protect this piece of property, you know, just add strength to its armor. So this right here is probably the worst of it right here. You get right back up to the original bank size, the height, elevation, and it kind of comes down. Now the weeds makes it appear as if it's a lot more of a bank than it is. It's just grass growing over there. So no, it's at the top of the ditch bank, man. It's at a level where I'm gonna have to stay on this and monitor this. Again, I can work a machine. I can get a machine on tracks in here. I could just dig a hole inside the property and just manufacture dirt that way if I have to. And I will. And I've done it many and many a times. Out all night long plugging holes on properties. Alright, this one's doing its job. You don't see the water backfeeding and gushing up out of it. I mean, water did backfeed into this. The water in there is higher than this recreational. It's a 4-acre pond. It's pretty clean, pretty nice actually. It's pretty close to a small lake, but with that being said, I'm really happy with this. Development. The developer, you know, this project damn near bankrupted them, so right here, I mean, this is too close for comfort, man. So, you know, like I was saying, you got the weeds, there's the water. I don't have a whole lot of height here. We're going to probably take on water, and that's very possible. We'll just have to keep monitoring it through the night. What happens, I can jump in a track hoe. I'll just start grabbing dirt and throwing it on the bank. I've done it before. Got through a lot of flood events. Man, I think we got far more water than what they had anticipated. You know, we had a couple inches during the day, a few inches during the night. You know, we really took on a lot of water. Beautiful though. When water's contained, it's beautiful. When it's not doing property damage, it's beautiful.
All right, let's take you guys on a drone flight. I want you to get familiar with the property. I know it like the back of my hand, but you guys have watched so many videos of us digging this canal and taking a pond and making it a man-made lake. I want you to kind of get a feel for the property so that you can appreciate everything we've done to protect this property from flooding, to protect this farm from flooding. So here's the canal that we were digging, and we're heading right over the man-made lake. Now, this is during a flood event, a major flood event. All the farmland around this property is flooded. We have the man-made lake, a man-made pond, and some man-made detention ponds. So we have plenty on-site storage for the water of this property, but look at all the farmland. Look at that. Thousands of acres flooded, and we're holding all that water back. We're preventing this property from flooding, this farm from flooding, because we built a road on the boundaries and we raised the elevations. The road needs to be high and dry. Everybody knows that. And through landscape treatments, which is usually berms, and driveways. That's how we went about drying up this farm and protecting this farm. So I'm going to take you on a drone flight before this flood event. It was right after we got done digging out the man-made lake. So there's the river. There's that sleeping giant. Looks peaceful, looks tranquil, doesn't appear to be a threat. Look at all that land. That land's dry right now. You would never, ever picture water over thousands of acres of property here. You just couldn't imagine that. You can see the man-made lake off in the distance. We took a pond and created a man-made lake, used that dirt to build a really nice driveway and berm. Through landscape treatments and through having high and dry driveways, we're keeping the water out of this farm. That was after all that work, digging that canal, digging that man-made lake. We took you guys on that ride with us through many videos. If you want to go to the French Drain Man playlist, it's all there from September, October, and November. So there's the man-made lake, there's that canal. Now you can kind of see where the driveways are, where some berms are at, things like that that help protect this property from flooding. There's another pond, and up by the road, this pond is rectangular in shape. Up by the road at the top of the screen, that's where I was on the ground, where I was showing you how the pipe goes into that vertical standpipe with a bunch of holes drilled in it, and the water slowly leaves the detention pond or a retention pond. So a retention pond is one that holds water. Detention pond is one that's usually dry. It's usually only holding water during really heavy rain events. This was a 100-acre project from boundary line to boundary line. So it's a big piece of property to be able to protect from floodwaters, especially being so close to a river and dealing with all these problems that the adjacent properties are having as far as nobody being responsible in maintaining their culverts, their ditch banks, their river banks. You know, people just don't understand. They dig out the, river bank and then flood all the farms. So what we did for this 100-acre project is we protected the boundaries. That's a road that goes around the man-made lake. It's really cool. It's nicely elevated, high and dry. And where it's not a road, it's going to get some beautiful spruce trees. It's a nice berm. It's landscape treatment. So, yes, there's ways of doing this. There's strategic ways of doing this as well. There's a reason why I say landscape treatment or elevated driveway. You're allowed to do certain things. So to build a driveway and to add landscape treatment with some beautiful spruce trees, that was our primary goal. But we benefit as far as that changing the way the property displaces water, having an elevated driveway and having some privacy with an elevated berm. The secondary use of what we did here is to flood-proof the farm. So the driveway is going to get used daily, literally every day, 365 days out of the year. That's primary use. And the secondary is it's keeping out all that flood water, guys. So, all right, we'll take you into the next series.